I remember so clearly when I was at the ripe old age of 5 years old. My mom and I were riding home and we started talking about a car. For whatever reason, my mom did say, when you turn 16 years old, I'm going to buy you a car for your 16th birthday. Being a little kid, I was excited. You going to buy me a car, mommy? And she said, yes. Now, let me just share you some additional information. When I was 11, my parents moved to a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio called Shaker Heights, Ohio, which was known for its wealth as well as its world-class school system. Now, the school system was what drew my mother's attention to want to move to that suburb. We were wealthy by no means. However, Shaker is a melting pot of rich, modest means community. My parents worked hard to live in this area, so needless to say, by the time I got to high school, bus rides were discontinued because you walked to high school. Now, Shaker Heights sits in the center of a neighborhood of beautiful homes. The circle around the school is allotted for student parking, even till this day. Now, that day that conversation ended, I was probably deep in the back of my mind, but I didn't give it another thought until 11 years later, about a month from approaching my 16th birthday. My mom said, I promised you when you were 5 years old that I would buy you a car, and now it's time. You talk about being excited. I was thrilled. Wow, 16 and a car going to high school. It couldn't get any better than that. She took me to the local dealership in our neighborhood, Blau Shield Chevrolet, which she purchased a 1973 Chevy Camaro, dark blue with blue interior, and it had a 350 engine. Boy, could that car go. I share this story with you because my mom was a person of integrity, and that is who I learned to have integrity from. If she promised something, she made it good on her promise because she learned that from her dad, my grandfather. She was that type of woman, and her character was who she was, and she instilled that in me. You see, real integrity is about the small things. It's the foundation which other qualities are built. Integrity commits itself to character over personal gain, principle over convenience, to long view over immediate. Integrity is an inside job. One reason people struggle with integrity is the issues that they try to tend to look outside of themselves to explain the deficiencies of their character. Integrity is not determined by circumstances. Integrity is not based on credentials. Character comes from who you are. Integrity is not to be confused with your reputation. I am so grateful for how my mom raised me because that little 5-year-old girl remembered what her mother promised her. So if you promise to do something, follow through. You never know what kind of impact it will have on you, a child, or a person who you made that promise to. So the question is, are you a promise keeper?